Yes, good evening to everybody. Welcome to the today class. Yesterday I did the trespass to goods. That is, in other words, trespass to movable property. When we say the movable property, then we'll say that it trespass to goods and chattels also comes under it. So now read what I posted on the screen. Anyone can unmute and read. Yes. Anyone can unmute and read what I posted on the screen. Why are you so cool? Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Why don't you read what I posted on the screen?
Namaskar, good morning. Assalamu alaikum, Vanakkam, trespass to movable property.
Over.
Sir, it's not properly visible. Sir, okay,
Why you are
sir,
not
it's
saying?
not.
Then it is not visible.
Yeah, it's visible, sir.
Now it is visible. When you remove it, you say it is visible. Yes, now it is visible. Read.
Torts affecting movable property. Trespass to goods. Wrongfully taking goods out of plaintiff's possession or forcibly interfering with the goods. Detention. Wrongfully withholding the immediate possession of goods from one who is entitled to it. Conversion. Willful interference without lawful justification with goods in a manner inconsistent with the rights of the owner.
What is the case law which should be on your tip of the tongue when I say conversion?
Ruplal versus State of Union of India.
Repeat.
Motilal versus Union of India.
Ruplal versus Union of India, sir.
Next.
Consolidated Company versus
Curtis.
Curtis.
That is the important case laws we have to remember. So yesterday that I was dealing the when a mobile property wrongfully sold and result in the conversion. Here I put the asterisk mark. A wrongful sale of the mobile property is also considered as a conversion. The example also that I already did. A deposits his goods in C warehouse and asked to deliver them to D, and C's servant delivered those goods to J, another person. When D demands the goods from A, the C should be stopped from denying that he had the goods and is liable to D for conversion of the goods on which D has a rightful position. So here who, instead of giving to somebody else and he gave to somebody else, means that person who gave to the other person where you are not supposed to give, that he is committed the conversion. So A deposit his movable property in C's warehouse and asked him to deliver them to D, but C wrongfully sold it to Z. So when he sold it to Z, so there C is responsible for the wrongful sale of the A's mobile property. Because what the C did it? What the C did it?
Wrongfully sold to
Wrongfully sold to the Z. That means he converted the goods from one possession to the another possession. So he converted it. So that is amount to the conversion. So that is the third type of the conversion is when a movable property wrongfully detained and result in conversion. Even wrongfully detained also it is amount to conversion. When any person wrongfully detain the persons of the movable property of the another person, then he is liable for conversion. So illustration, read the illustration. Anyone unmute and read.
Illustration. If A gives his bike to V for repairing and later when A demanded it back and paid V for his service as well, but V denied, the denial of V results in wrongful detention of goods.
Yes. Here, A gives his bike to V, means a repairer, for repairing, and later on, A demands it back and paid the V, that is the repairer, for his services as well, but we denied. The denial of V results in a wrongful detention of goods. Another very important case law of conversion is Armory versus Delamere. So it is, suppose if you could not know Delamere, at least you write Armory case law, because this is the case law, the suit where he garbage and he found a jewel. That is the case law. So in a case, a sweeper boy found a gold jewel in the garbage. He went to the goldsmith to sell the gold. The goldsmith, in order to take the advantage of the boy, simply told him that it is not a gold and tried to buy the gold from the boy in a nominal amount. The boy refused to sell. The demand the gold back from the goldsmith, and then the goldsmith denied to give it back. Thus the boy approached the court, and the court held that the goldsmith is liable as is wrongfully detained the goods of his sweeper boy. It is self-explanatory. I believe that you understood. Sir, we are hearing, no, sir, because we are hearing, we did not concentrate what you read it, sir. At least you could see that what I read here on the, which I shared the screen. So when I was reading, you can also run your eyes as per my voice. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Can anyone tell me what I read just now? It is a small
Sir, garbage
story.
లో
Yes.
గార్బేజ్ లో బాయ్ కి గోల్డ్ దొరికింది సార్.
Yes.
అది సోల్డ్ చేయడానికని గోల్డ్ స్మిత్ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళింది సార్.
No, he went to the goldsmith to know what is the property it is. Yeah.
ఎస్, అయితే ఇది గోల్డ్ కాదని చెప్పింది సార్.
No, that fellow said that no, this is not that much useful to you. Better you sell to me.
ఓకే,
The
అయితే
nominal rate.
అది రిటర్న్ బ్యాక్ ఇవ్వలేదు సార్. అయితే
That,
కోర్టుకి వెళ్ళింది బాయ్.
the boy said, no, you give me back my whatever I gave to you. But the goldsmith detained it. So he approached to the court. Because
Court.
if you detain anybody's property without legal justification, it also amounts to conversion. Armory versus Delamere case. Last sweeper boy and the gold jewel found in the garbage, went to the goldsmith. Of course, that fellow want to sell the gold to the goldsmith only. But this fellow want the nominal price. He said he doesn't want to sell it. So even though he detained it without giving back to the boy, it is amount of the conversion. That is the whole story. So that is the Armory case law. So please remember the Armory case law. How many case laws? Ruplal versus
3.
Union of India, Consolidated Company versus Curtis, Armory versus Delamere. Enough, you will get the full marks. If this question asked in the 5 marks question, 5 out of 5, whether you write whatever there in the samosa, but we'll see only the samosa outer side, not what you filled it, because we know that you feel something which is relevant to it. So now let us go to the fourth one. When the movable property is wrongfully destroyed and result in conversion. See, if you destroy the movable property, it is also amount to conversion. When the person destroys the movable property of another person, then he is liable for the conversion. Illustration read.
If A took the bottle of wine from C's collection and destroy all the wine from it and refill it with water, that act of A is the act of conversion.
See, if you take some wine from the kiosk beer, that is the beer containing in the wooden container, and you add some water in it to make the same level, so it also amount to conversion. I don't know whether you did it not, but I will give the personal experience to you. See, my mummy, because we are the big family, my mummy prepared the dal. You know dal?
Yes, sir.
దేంతో తయారు చేస్తారండి దాల్?
పప్పుతోటి సార్.
కందిపప్పు, adding
yes,
some
sir.
tamarind. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Then it will be. So what I did it now, I took the lot of dal. Then my mummy will scold me what I said. I added some water. So everybody is not shocked. See, when we ate, it is very tasty. But when you are eating in the night, it is not tasty. Because I added in the water to equal it. So it is a conversion. It is a conversion. The same here also given. And this fellow in the Kanhaiya versus Badrilal and another, in this case, the plaintiff hand over one she buffalo with a calf and another she buffalo to the defendant. You know what is she buffalo?
Pardon?
Joshua, you are speaking. Joshua, you are private speaking. I could hear your voice. So in this case, plaintiff hand over one she buffalo. What is she buffalo?
Adabarre.
Yes, with a calf means a small she buffalo and another she buffalo to the defendant. Okay, and ask the defendant to keep them safe and feed them. Very good. From time to time. Okay, but the defendant fails to keep them safe and feed. So what is the consequence? The result, the death of the see what I put on the screen. Why you are not giving the answer? Result in the death of the here.
Calf.
Why you are not
Calf.
giving the answer? Huh? Calf means chinna. Calf, I can say calf ni duda kuda nachu, barre kete barre duda kuda nachu. Calf means a small baby. And both the buffalo becomes weak. Calf died. Both the buffalo become weak because he did not give the he did not give the
Fodder.
samosa. Cheppandi samosa. He did not give
Sir,
the
fodder, sir. Fodder.
ఎందుకు ఎంత టైం తీసుకుంటారండి? FODDER ఫడర్. ద ఫుడ్ ద యానిమల్ ఈట్స్ కాల్డ్ ఫడర్. FODDER ఫడర్ స్కామ్ తెలియదా అండి? బీహార్ ఎవరు చేసిందండి ఫడర్ స్కామ్?
Lalu Prasad Yadav.
I wrote one nice article on the federal. I wrote the article when the seminar is going on. No? On the article I wrote it. How misused a scam. Okay, the plaintiff files a case against the defendant and demands the damages. The court held that this case was a trespass to goods of the plaintiff and the defendant has to pay the damage to the plaintiff. See, there are two things are there. Trespass to goods in the form of a conversion also. Because the calf dead, the animate calf became a dead calf. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
So it is amount to the conversion. And that became a weak because he did not give the fodder. Like that I told you that I ate the dal and added the water to equalize it, adulterated it. I committed a conversion there. Wine, he has taken some wine from the cask and added some water in it and make the level it. Yes, it is amount to conversion. Because you change the shape of it. Are you not? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
What is the next case law?
Mills versus broker.
Is this the correct way of writing?
No, sir. Versus should be V, small v, capital one.
Small,
capital
the
one.
small S should be removed and small v. Baker, next. Next. There should be comma. Always. Next.
Yes, sir. Full stop at the last.
No. No full stop. Next verses. What is the name of the case law? Broker.
Mills versus broker.
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 Next. 1 kb. 1 kb రాసేటప్పుడు ఈ 19 మాత్రము రౌండ్ బ్రాకెట్స్ రాయము, స్క్వేర్ బ్రాకెట్స్ రాస్తాం. కేబీ కానీ క్యూబీ కానీ ఆల్ ఇంగ్లాండ్ రిపోర్ట్ కానీ ఎవరైనా రాసిన అనుకోండి, అర్రే బాబు వీనికి తెలియదురా, వీడు ఏం చేసిందంటే పంచి మీద కోటేసిండ్రా అంటారు. ఏమవుతారండి? అవును వేస్తారు సార్. కోటోళ్ళు వేసుకుంటారు సార్, పంచి మీద కోటు. అది ఫాలోయింగ్ మీ?
Yes.
1 kb that here missing. What is missing here? 1 means volume. kb means king's pigeon. What is missing here?
Space between 1 and kb, sir.
What is the missing kb after?
Full stop.
kb ante king's bench andi. What is missing there? పేజ్ నెంబర్ చెప్తలేరేంటండి, మీకు చెప్పాను కదండి ఎట్లుంటుంది ఏముంటుంది. పేజ్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ మిస్సింగ్ దేర్. వాట్ ఈజ్ మిస్సింగ్? Page
Page
number is
number is
missing.
missing.
I don't know why they have not given here also. See, here also they have given. Yes, here. See, this is a no Phoenix Mills versus Gilori. There is 1 kb. Actually, we wanted the kb this one. I don't know why it is missing. Here also I did not find it. Trespass to good pollux. But there is a missing, page number is missing over the conversion is here given. Conversion, the way that it will be converted over there. But the page number is missing over there, but only that thing. But you need not worry about it because you are not going to write the page number in the, but for your knowledge sake, I said the page number should have to come over there. Is it clear? Say yes.
Yes, sir.
So when a person lopped the branches of the fruit trees overhanging his land and appropriate the fruit, it was held that the right to pick appropriate the fruit, he is guilty of conversion and liable to the owner of its value. లాప్డ్ ద బ్రాంచెస్ ట్రీ అంటే ఎగిరి కిందికి తీయడం అన్నట్టు. ఓవర్ ద హ్యాంగింగ్ ఇస్ ల్యాండ్ అండ్ అప్రాప్రియేట్ ద ఫుడ్, ఇట్ వాజ్ హెల్ దట్ అవి పండ్లు కింద పడ్డాయి అనుకోండి మీ ల్యాండ్లో, యు ఆర్ ద ఓనర్ ఆఫ్ ది. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ ప్లక్డ్ ఇట్ అండ్ యూ కట్ ఇట్, దట్ ఇస్ అమౌంట్ టు కన్వర్షన్. నేనేం చెప్పామండి, వెన్ యూ కట్ ద బ్రాంచెస్, ఓకే, యూ కెన్ డూ ద అబేట్మెంట్. But when you're cutting, the fruits falls over there in the land, children will enjoy it. But you cannot pluck the fruits from there and return only the leaves and branches to the owner. It is a conversion. So here also, it is a conversion if something which is hanging over there or near over there and you took it and you taken up, plucked out, it is amount of the conversion. That is the Mills versus Broker case law. It is the branches of the fruit trees were hanging his land and appropriate the fruit. It was held that the right to pick and appropriate the fruits, he was guilty of the conversion and liable to the owner of its value. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Suppose if it falls in your land, yes, you can eat it. But you cannot supposed to pluck it from that branch. Is it clear? Okay, write the difference between the conversion and trespass. Read.
Trespass to goods means just interference with the possession not of ownership. A mere taking or aspiration is actionable trespass, but every aspiration is not trespass. Number
Yes.
2, while trespass is an unlawful taking, shall I continue, sir?
Yes, continue.
While trespass is an unlawful taking which may be for the sake of removing the property, conversion is an unlawful taking for the purpose of exercising adverse dominion over it. Number 3, conversion is wider than trespass because in action for conversion, the plaintiff need not prove actual possession but can sue if he had an immediate right to possess. Trespass is a wrong to possession. Number 4, trespass cannot be committed by an actual possessor, but an actual possessor can be sued for the conversion by the person who has the immediate right to possess. Number 5, in trespass, the action is the force and direct injury inflicted, but in conversion, it is the deprivation of the goods or their use.
Yes, it is a self-explanatory. Number 1, trespass to goods mean it is a just interference with the possession of not of ownership. We are at least bothered about the ownership. If the possession is disturbed over there, it's enough. But if mere taking or aspiration is actionable trespass, but every aspiration not a trespass. But in the trespass, what will happen? Merely keeping your leg on somebody's land is enough, actionable per se. No proof is needed over there. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Number 2, while trespass an unlawful taking which may be for the sake of removing the property. In the trespass, directly you are taking the property from somebody's land. There is a trespass. But in conversion, okay, no doubt it is a taking. It is unlawful taking, no doubt. For the purpose of exercising adverse dominion over it. Because he took it to cook the food. But he took the advantage of it. Like the Ruplal versus Union of India. They took the firewood from the adjacent land and they cooked the food. And they made the coal. So number 3, conversion is wider than the trespass because it is an action for the conversion. The plaintiff need not to prove actual possession, but can sue if he had an immediate right to possess. Trespass is a wrong to possession. But in conversion may be the different forms. He can destroy it, he can detain it, and he can use it, he can sold it. So many things are there in conversion. So it is a wider. సో వైడర్ దాన్ని అంటారండి జనరల్ టర్మినాలజీలో, బయాలజికల్ టర్మినాలజీలో? జీనస్. And the trespass is a specie. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So, trespass cannot be committed by an actual possessor. See, a actual possessor cannot make the trespass, but somebody make the disturbance of the enjoyment of his land, then the somebody will be called a trespasser. But an actual possessor can be sued for the conversion by the person who has the immediate right to the possess. So trespass cannot be committed by an actual possessor. See, when the actual possessor, how he will commit the trespass? Tell me. He cannot commit it. Somebody should have to enter into the premises, then only that he can say trespass. So, but in the actual possessor can be sued for the conversion by the person who has immediate right to possess it. Because in the conversion, that fellow dispossesses it, the property. The property will be the somebody's possession. So, here he can file a case for the conversion. But the fifth one, in trespass in an action is the force and direct injury inflicted. Here, when you throw a stone on somebody's land, it is a trespass. Means some action would be there, some force is there. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
And but in the conversion, it is the deprivation of the goods or their use. In the conversion, no, they will take away the position of a person to enjoy the property, and they will try to convert it or destroy it or sell it or detain it. In any way, they can do it. So it's the conversion. So conversion is wider than trespass.
Trespass.
So now self-defense. If a person wrongfully tries to attempt to take the goods which is in a position of the person, then the person having the rightful position can use the act of self-defense. సార్ మీ దగ్గరికి వెళ్ళి ఎవరన్నా పెన్ను తీసుకుంటారని అనుకున్నా అండి, వాట్ యూ డూ వితౌట్ యువర్ పర్మిషన్? ఏం చేస్తారు మీరు? నెట్టేస్తారు వాడిని. ఇస్ దట్ ఆర్ నాట్?
Yes, sir.
Because you are the owner of the pen. And nobody should have to touch your pen without your permission, including your wife also. Because you gave a separate pen to her and your pen it is with you only. You are not supposed to take the pen of the father or anybody. Let they have their own pen. In case of necessity, okay, you can ask and take it. Are you following me? Say yes.
Sir.
So, in defense, if Ram tries to take the goods from B's hand, so B can apply the force for his defense. But how much the force? Can he take chop his hand with a sword?
No, sir.
Proportionate amount of the force we should have to use it. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
వాడు నా దగ్గర గులేరు ఉన్నదండి, వాడు గులేరుతో కొడతాడు, మీరు AK-47 చంపిస్తారండి వాడిని?
No, sir.
వాట్ ఈస్ కాల్ గులేరి?
Catapult.
Catapult. Suppose that if the fellow use the catapult, you can use the stone or you can use the sling, but you cannot use the AK-47. So, exercise of the absolute right. Any person can take any goods from the position of the rightful owner of the person has absolute right and authority. The person acting in his capacity will be not be held liable for the act of trespass to good, like seizing of a car, property by the government officer acting as per his orders. Like suppose somebody is carrying the ganjai in the jeep or a car. So, customs authority or the police may seize your vehicle. Okay. So what is the illustration? Read the illustration.
If A parked his car wrongfully in front of B's house and denied to move his car, then B can act and remove A's car even without A's consent, and that act of B doesn't amount to trespass to good.
So if a custom officer seizes the vessel of B, adi judging randi vere judging ra meeru.
వేరే చదివింది సార్.
వేరే చదివింది అదే నేను చూస్తాను. అరే హియర్ దిస్ యూ ఆర్ సపోజ్ టు రీడ్. ఓకే, it doesn't matter. Here the police officer, because the seized vessel means it is carrying the did not pay the tax, so he can detain it. The goods, because he is absolutely right, because he is not a trespass to goods, because he is having the right to it. But wrongful act of the plaintiff himself Here, if the plaintiff is involved or done by a wrongful act and is necessary to act against him, that does not create the liability. Here, the illustration which you just read is, if A parked his car wrongfully in front of B's house and denied to move his car, then B can act and remove the A's car even without the consent of the, and that A, B, and that act of the B does not amount to trespass to good. Suppose if he doesn't remove the car and he kept the car in front of it more than 30 years, what law would be applicable? 20 years, not necessarily 30 years. Law of prescription. If you're continuously keeping the car in the somebody's house front and they did not make any objection in any time, and peacefully you enjoyed it keeping your car in front of somebody's house more than 20 years, automatically you will be the owner of the property, possessor of the property, and the law of prescription comes out there. That's why if anyone keeps the car in front of your house, on the spot you have to make an objection. Okay, if you want to, you can let him keep it because he does not have the place. But if you do so, and it is a nuisance to you when your car wants to pass through it and this became a hindrance. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So please make an objection on the spot. If you don't make an objection, he will think that it is a consent. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So remedies for the tort of conversion. Number 1, recaption. A person is entitled to retake and possess his movable property. Also, he can use the reasonable force if necessary. Suppose you have given your pen in the examination hall to your friend. What is his duty? He has to supposed to return it back. Sir, దాంట్లో ఇంక్ అయిపోయింది సార్. ఇక ఇంక్ అయిపోయినా you return it back to him. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, he can use the force and take from you. That is called recaption of the goods. He is entitled to retake and possess his movable property as he can use reasonable force if necessary. What is an illustration? If A took B's watch and denied to give him back, B is entitled to take the watch back from A and can use a reasonable amount of force on A as well to take the watch back. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Read the second one. Read the
Order
second
of
one.
restoration. Order of restoration. The court can pass the order of restoration. That is, the court asks the defendant to give the possession of the property to the original owner.
Yes. If Ram wrongfully and without the consent of the Gita took her car for ride and he lights the car and refuses to give it back to Gita, Gita can approach the court as for the remedy. And if the Gita successfully convinced the court that she has legal right to possess the car, the court may, passing an order of restoration, provide the remedy to Gita. He can restore back it because she is the owner of the car and he given for sometimes to somebody else, but he used it for his own car. It is no. He can order of the restoration can be made in the case because he is the owner of the car. So wrongfully, without the consent of Gita, if somebody is taken away, then it is amount to the conversion. So when it is amount to the conversion, the remedy is she can be ordered for the restoration and request the court because she cannot use his manpower. Women power over there. So next is suit for damages. You can file a suit. If the property were destroyed or damaged by the defendant, then the plaintiff is entitled to receive the full value of the good. Illustration. If A, read illustration, this illustration.
If A, a friend of B, damaged B's watch without his consent and now it is impossible to repair that watch, so B can get the full value of that watch from A.
See, this fellow has taken the Rado watch. Let me presume it. The Rado is very much costly. But I don't know what that fellow may did it. Hammer to కొట్టేసిందండి దాన్ని పాపడ చేసి పడేసిండు ఆ Rado watch ni. Whether he doesn't have the value of the Rado watch. Then they said, you restore back me that amount. He thought that is ఏదో 200 300 అనుకున్నాడు. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Minimum rider watch if you want to buy 45,000. మినిమం నేను చెప్పేది మాట్లాడేది. అది కూడా మరి ఎక్కడ అడగకండి. ఎక్కడ అడుగుతారు సార్? ఓన్లీ హైదరాబాద్, సికింద్రాబాద్ నుండి హైదర్ స్టోర్, హైదర్ వాచ్ కంపెనీ ఆర్ రమేష్ వాచ్ కంపెనీ ఆర్ రోడ్ నెంబర్ 12 పోయేటప్పుడు కార్నర్లో ఉన్నది ఒకటి షోరూమ్. దేర్ వీ కెన్ గెట్ ఇట్. అదర్వైజ్ యూ కెనాట్ గెట్. డోంట్ ఆస్క్ ఇన్ ద కరీంనగర్ ఆర్ ఖమ్మం ఆర్ కొత్తగూడెం ఆర్ భద్రాచలం ఆర్ ఇన్ వరంగల్ ఆల్సో. So in conclusion, the property means any virtual or physical things that are owned by an individual. The properties of the two types, movable and immovable. Mobile properties are those properties which can be moved from one place to another place, like a car, bike, fan, etc. Even a standing crop, and sometimes property is considered as a movable property. And the immobile properties are those properties which cannot be moved, like land and building. But the logs are movable property. Once it is severed from the earth, the trees, the logs becomes the movable property. In third, relating the movable property, any person does any trespass to goods, we can say. Because in the movable property, we could make it, either we can say the trespass to goods, or we can say the trespass to chattel also. Either trespass is a trespass ab initio, or conversion, or wrongfully detains, or to disturb the opposition, called detenue, or mobile property of another person without his or her consent, he has committed the act of tort of immobile property. So either you can detain it like a detenue, or you can make the conversion, or you can destroy it like the trespass to the goods, and there it will come under it. So this is the way I think that I have successfully completed it because of the tort relating to the mobile property. But in the middle, the nuisance is there, and where they can say how many nuisance you could know. Yes.
Public and private nuisances, sir.
ఇప్పుడు ఒక కేసులా చెప్తా, మీరు అక్కడ చెప్పండి నాకు న్యూసెన్స్. వాట్ ద నేమ్ ఆఫ్ ది కేసులా చెప్పాలా, ఫ్యాక్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ ది కేసులా చెప్పాలి?
Facts of the case law.
It is a botanical garden. There was a tree and which is said to be the belladonna, but the belladonna trees fruits looking like cherries. And the boy plucked the thinking that cherries and ate it and consequently died. What is the name of the case law?
Glasgow authorities versus Taylor, sir.
Glasgow Corporation versus Taylor. Now you tell me what type of the nuisance it is. Sir, is the public garden a public nuisance? No. అంత ఈజీగా అయితే నేను అడగపోతున్నాను మీకు. It is a new type of the nuisance. When you study LLM, you will come across. Here we don't read that much. దాన్ని ఏమంటారు తెలుసా అండి? అట్రాక్టివ్ న్యూసెన్స్ అంటారు. ఏమంటారండి?
Attractive nuisance.
అట్రాక్టివ్ న్యూసెన్స్ అంటారు. ఇంకొక న్యూసెన్స్ చెప్తాను చూడండి మీకు, మంచి ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్. రొచెస్టర్ వర్సెస్ ఫిలిప్స్ అని ఉన్నది ఒక కేసులా. మీరు ఇంకా రాలేదనుకో, చదువుతారు న్యూసెన్స్లో. నేను చెప్తా ఆ కేసులా. అమ్మాయి కాళ్ళు పెద్దగా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ఆమె జంప్ చేసింది ట్రెంచ్ల మీదకి వెళ్ళి. అబ్బాయి కాళ్ళు చిన్నగా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి చిన్నగా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి జంప్ చేయలేదు. ఇది ట్రెంచ్లో పడ్డారు. అయితే వాడంటాడు కదా ఇది అట్రాక్టివ్ న్యూసెన్స్ అంటాడు. అది అట్రాక్టివ్ న్యూసెన్స్ కాదు అది. ఆర్ యు ఫాలోయింగ్ మీ? దే వాంట్ టు యూజ్ ద షార్ట్ కట్ మెథడ్ and they want to jump it from the trench, and he already put it over the trespass or prosecuted, but they want to go that shortcut way. So a lady having the long legs and age more, she jumped it. The boy having the short legs, he could not jump it. So it's not an attractive nuisance. Rochester versus Phillips అని కేసులో ఉన్నది. ఇంకో కేసులో చెప్తా, కార్నస్ వర్సెస్ ఫే వర్సెస్ కార్నై. అండ్ లెట్ us see where their memory goes or not proper way. ఫే కేసులో అని ఒకటి ఉన్నది. మీకు ఒకటి చెప్పాను చూడండి, రూఫ్ వాటర్ ఫాల్స్ టు ద మౌత్ ఆఫ్ ఏ యానిమల్ అని చెప్పాను. దాన్ని ఏమంటారండి?
Possum, sir.
నేను చెప్పాను గార్గోయల్ అన్నాను ఆ రోజు. ఈ కేసులో కూడా చెప్తాను మీకు సెన్స్లో. ఏది ఫే వర్సెస్ ప్రింటైస్ కేసులో. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తాడంటే వాడు గార్గోయలు పెడతాడు. ఎవరు? కనీటికి. వర్షం పడినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందండి? when the rain rains and the time, then this rain roof water will falls on the land of another person, because he projected not in his own land it may fall, he projected, and when the water comes over there it will be falls on the adjacent land. ఆ న్యూసెన్స్ ని ఏమంటారు? సార్ అది ప్రైవేట్ ప్లేస్లో ఉన్నది కాదు సార్, అది ప్రైవేట్ న్యూసెన్స్ అంటారు. నో
Public
సార్, అది పబ్లిక్ ప్లేస్ లేదు సార్, అది పబ్లిక్ న్యూసెన్స్ అన్నారు. మళ్ళీ ఏ న్యూసెన్స్ అంటారు దాన్ని? మీరు రేపటి ఎవరన్నా అడగండి, మళ్ళీ నాకు చెప్పండి. ఓకే? ఆర్ యూ ట్రై యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ అండ్ టెల్ మీ వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ది న్యూసెన్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్. కేసులా కూడా మీకు చెప్పేశాను. ఫే వర్సెస్ ప్రింటైస్ కేసులా. ఏం కేసులా? ఇక్కడ చూడండి, FAY, ఫే వర్సెస్ ప్రింటైస్ అండ్ అనదర్ కేసులా. You note down and tell me what type of the nuisance is created over there. సార్ మేము చదివితే మాకు అర్థమవుతుంది కాదు సార్, మేము చదవలేమా సార్? చదవండి, చదివి రేపు చెప్పండి నాకు. ఓకే? సో నా ద టైమ్ స్టిల్ యూ హ్యావ్ టైమ్. మీకు కోర్స్ అవుట్లైన్ ఎన్ని పేజ్ ఉన్నదండి? ఇది లా ఆఫ్ స్టార్ట్ కోర్స్ అవుట్లైన్ చూపెట్టానా మీకు? లేదా చూపెట్టానా? హౌ మెనీ పేజెస్ ఆర్ దేర్? How many pages are there? 1.5 చెప్పండి సార్. ఇది 1 పేజ్, ఇది 1, ఇది ఈ బోలోఫైట్ సర్క్యూట్ టైగర్ క్లాస్ 2 అంటే ఏంటిదా సార్? అది చెప్పండి మీరు. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me?
We don't know the meaning of bolo, sir.
ఎవరు వాడు? బోలో ఎవరు?
Hindi bolo, sir. Cheppu అంట.
పడన్.
Pass on, sir.
మీరు ఎంటర్ ద డ్రాగన్ చూసారా అండి?
చూసినాం సార్.
టఫ్ మ్యాన్ బ్రూస్లీతో మాట్లాడేది చూడు, బోలో యంగ్. మీరు చూడలేదా? బ్లడ్ స్పోర్ట్స్ చూడలేదా? వ్యాండమ్ బ్లడ్ స్పోర్ట్స్, వెరీ ఫేమస్ కరాటే ఫైటర్ కదండి బోలో యంగ్. లైక్ వ్యాండమ్, జాకీ చాన్.
Sir, we only know Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, sir.
Yeah. So Bolo Young, just you type the Bolo Young image and he will see you and he will get you. But he is a short man. So it's a 1.5 page. What I want to say is a 1.5 page. ఇప్పుడు ఒక చూపెడతాను చూడండి మీకు. This course outline which I am going to teach this is the legal research method which I am going to teach in the School of St. Augustine School of Law. Course description, course objective, specific objective, learning outcomes, teaching methodology, assessment and evaluation. ఏముంటుంది? అసెస్మెంట్ 10 marks, టెస్ట్ 10 marks, క్విజ్ 10 marks, అదర్ యాక్టివిటీ 10 marks, ఫైనల్ ఎగ్జామ్ 60 marks. మన దగ్గర ఎట్లా అండి?
Only final exam 100 marks.
అట్లా చేస్తే
20 marks internals.
కోర్స్ కంటెంట్ చూసారా? టాపిక్ 1 లీగల్ రీసెర్చ్ అండ్ ఇంట్రడక్షన్ ఎట్లా ఉంది? 1.2, 1.3, 1.8 వంటి మొత్తం డివిజన్ చూడండి. 1.9.5 కలెక్షన్ ఆఫ్ డేటా. టాపిక్ 2 హైపోథెసిస్, ఎట్లా రాయాల హైపోథెసిస్, సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ హైపోథెసిస్, హంచ్, ఇంట్యూషన్, ఫాడింగ్, అదర్స్, ఇన్ని టాపిక్స్ చూడండి. Hypothesis should be conceptual, clear. Hypothesis should be specific. I am going to teach this in the Tanzania. Topic 3, research design. So introduction, major concept. Topic 4, sampling techniques, random techniques, non-random techniques. ఇది LLB వాళ్ళకు ఉన్నదండి. మీరు LLM అనుకునేరు. Are you following me? Because I told them that I am going to teach one LLB students. That's why I intentionally took this. Anyone, because it's a tough, I don't say tough, but a professor should have been supposed to teach it. Basic tools of data collection, interview method, questionnaire method, observation method, analysis and interpretation of the data, how it can be analyzed. And topic 7, writing and research report, how it can be written. What are the table of content? What are the abstract? ఇది మొత్తం మీకు దగ్గర మీకు లేదండి. ఇక్కడ ఏది శాతవాహనాలు లేదు, కాకతీయాలు లేదు. అదర్వైజ్ you have to write at least 40 to 50 page a report in the final year examination. దానికి మార్క్స్ ఉంటాయి, 100 marks ఉంటాయి. No, 150 marks untal. Basic reading materials. Basic reading materials are there, further reading materials are there. How many pages are there? Sorry, last is వదిలిపెడతాం. This is one page. This is second page. This is third page. This is fourth page. This is fifth page. And this is sixth page. అంటే కొంచెం అయితే this is seventh page. Say about 6 pages ఉంటాయి. How many pages?
6 pages.
6 pages course outline అంటారు దీన్ని. So this is the way that you have to prepare it. And it is you have to prepare it, and you have to teach it, and you have to mark it. Everything should be done by you. There is no other examination branch. సార్ అందుకోసమేనా సార్ పిల్లలు భయపడేది. ఇట్స్ నాట్ భయం. ఎవ్రీబడి వుడ్ గివ్ ద గుడ్ రెస్పెక్ట్. మామూలు రెస్పెక్ట్ కాదు. No, it's not that we want to play with them. No, we want to make them grill them. We want to make that very sharp because the institution value would be there. That's my point. So why I have shown this thing is not I say the India is not like that. Now, for instance, you go to the deemed universities or you can go to the national law universities. The syllabus is at least 10 pages or 15 pages. Elaborate with the cases, with the examples, with the citations, with the articles, with the books, with the reports, everything they will incorporate, including the webiology, that is in the web sources also. So that is the way that you have to make it out. So tomorrow class, what do you have to do? What I am going to teach tomorrow? What I am going to teach tomorrow?
Nuisance, public and private nuisance.
ఓన్లీ న్యూసెన్స్. నేను మీకు చెప్తా ఇంకా కనీసం అట్లీస్ట్ 7 న్యూసెన్స్ చెప్తా మీకు. జస్ట్ నాట్ ఫర్ ద ఎగ్జామ్ షేక్. I think I can teach only 6 to 7 nuisances. Okay, let me try how much I can teach you tomorrow. But these are the basic things that you have to supposed to know it. So these are the things that you want to make it out. And somebody did not see who is the boloing. No, I will show you the boloing. And he is the fighter. Is there? Boloing images. Now you can see. చూసారా? ఇప్పుడు గుర్తుకొచ్చిందండి. Did you see him? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
ఏ సినిమాలో చూశారు? In which movie you saw? సార్ మేము చూడలేదు సార్.
Sir, in Ong Bank 3, sir. Ong Bank 1, 2, 3.
This fellow. But blood sports lo చూశారు. He posts blood sports. Here you can see blood sports. This shot. Van Damme and Boloyan is a blood sport movie. So this is the thing which I want to show it to you in addition to our. So whenever a person miss my class, they miss many things. That's what I want to say. So this is the one thing that you would like to make it out. The second thing, yes, what I said, yeah. And this I told you that no case law.
No totla.
No tatla. Because you are supposed to cite the cases, then only you will fetch the marks. If you don't cite the cases, you don't fetch the marks. So that is and this is the conversion. What is the conversion? Read.
Conversion is the act of the
Yes.
Conversion is the act of the intentional handling of goods that is against for inconsistent with the will of the owner, whether through withholding, misusing, misdelivering, or changing the nature of the goods, or ultimately any action that is so significantly inconsistent with the owner's right to possession of the goods that is actually attempts to wrongfully deprive the owner of that right to possession.
See, so many things are there. Withholding, withering, possessing, dispositioning, misdelivering, misusing, changing the nature of goods, ultimately any action that is significantly inconsistent with the owner's right. Because you can change in any form, then it can say it is a conversion. So this is a rough idea regarding the conversion is concerned. So this already which I want to share to you, That's why I put it over there. Now you can tell me in this you can tell me how many doors this car is having, how many doors the adjacent car is having.
This car is having 2 doors and the adjacent car is having 4 doors.
4 doors.
The front carrying how many doors?
Just 2, sir?
This one.
4,
Just
sir.
2, I think. Sir.
4 doors.
Only 2, sir.
2 doors. This is only one. This one door, that's at one door. Only 2 doors. What about this one?
Okay.
What about this one?
4 doors, sir.
It's a 4 doors car.
4, 4.
What about this fencing? This is a specific name is there for this fencing. Do you know it?
Wood fencing.
నాట్ బార్బడ్ వైర్ వుడ్ నో. బట్ దీన్ని ఒక ప్రత్యేకమైన పేరు ఉన్నదండి దీనికి. వికెట్ ఫెన్సింగ్. ఈ వికెట్ తిరగలేవండి.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
ఉన్నాయా లేవా?
ఎస్ సార్.
లెటసి నేను చెప్పింది కరెక్టా కాదా నేను కూడా చూసుకోవాలి కదా మళ్ళీ మీకు చెప్పేటప్పుడు. ఎందుకంటే ఐ మే బి రాంగ్ సమ్ టైమ్. వికెట్ ఫెన్సింగ్ అంటారు దాన్ని, నాకు తెలిసినంత వరకు. చూసారా?
ఎస్ సార్.
ఒక్కసారి చదివానంటే అది ముద్దర పడవలసిందే మళ్ళీ, ఎందుకంటే నేను రిపీట్ చేస్తా అప్పుడప్పుడు. వికెట్ ఫెన్సింగ్ ఇది. సో నౌ యూ ఆస్క్ ఎనీబడి.
ఊటీలో ఎక్కువ శాతం ఉంటాయి కదా సార్ ఇవి? ఊటీలో వికెట్ ఫెన్సింగ్.
Yeah. In mostly places that you will find it. In the Ooty, cold places, because they will use all wood. అసలు ఇల్లే వుడ్ తోనే ఉంటది అక్కడ, ఇల్లే మొత్తం.
ఎస్ సార్.
Because more forest would be there, no? Because coldness would be there and numbness would be there, and these are various other factors. Sometimes it will collapse also. So that's why they will say that not fixtures. Because landsliding aitadi kadandi.
ఎస్ సార్.
So that is the reason they will make it out. So it is called wicket fencing అంటారు. మనకు వికెట్ గేట్ కూడా ఉంటుంది చూసారా? వికెట్ గేట్. ఆ వికెట్ గేట్లో ఎట్లుంటుందంటే ఒక్కొక్కరే పోవాలా దాంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి. అయితే దాన్ని టర్న్స్టిల్ గేట్ అంటారు. దాన్ని టర్న్స్టిల్, నాట్ వికెట్ గేట్. టర్న్స్టిల్ గేట్ అండి. టర్న్స్టిల్ గేట్ అండి. ఐ మేడ్ ఏ మిస్టేక్. టర్న్స్టిల్ అంటారు దాన్ని. టర్న్స్టిల్ గేట్. యా, ఇది వేరే ఉన్నదండి. ట్రస్టిల్ ఉన్నది, నాట్ టర్న్స్టిల్. సో దట్ గేట్ మీన్స్ ఓన్లీ వన్ కెన్ పాస్ ఓవర్ దేర్. తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇంకొకరు పోతారు, నాట్ ఆల్ ద పీపుల్. ఎందుకంటే రౌండ్ టర్న్ అవుతా ఉంటుంది అది. షో ద గేట్స్. టర్న్స్టైల్. ఓకే, టర్న్స్టైల్ గేట్. దట్ టర్న్స్టైల్ గేట్, దట్ ఈస్ ద టర్న్స్టైల్ గేట్. సో చూసారా ఇక్కడ టర్న్స్టైల్ గేట్ చూసారా?
ఎస్ సార్.
ఒక్కరే పోతారు ఇక్కడ కూడా వాళ్ళు ఒక్కటే పోతాడు టర్న్స్టైల్ గేట్లా. ఇక్కడ కాయన వేయాల, అప్పుడు లోపల పోతాడు, లేకుంటే పోలేడు. ఈ ఫాలోయింగ్.
ఎస్ సార్, అడ్జస్ట్మెంట్ గేట్.
ఇది టర్న్స్టైల్ గేట్ అంటారు దీన్ని. ఇవన్నీ గేట్లే కానీ ఒక్కొక్క గేట్కి ఒక్కొక్కటి ఉంటుంది. Yeah, it is the Indian tradition that in the beginning or the ending of any program that we will make the play of the national anthem. Now the national anthem will be. Jana Gana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga
सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा। जय हिंद।
Jai Hind.